We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback with the Baltimore Ravens. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. And his first pass is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but it's going to be 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Fitzpatrick. Off to Thomas on the left. Side. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. Open man is Sims. He's got it. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 15 yards the pickup. 1st down, Washington.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
1st down, Fitzpatrick. The throw taken in by Sims. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. They run the option here on 1st and 10. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
It's 3rd down and
4. Throwing Fitzpatrick. Completes it to Samuel. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 24-yard line. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time. Fitzpatrick now to throw on 1st down. And this is caught at the 8. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
1st down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. They gotta love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
It's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, here's the option. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Greg Stroman back deep for Washington. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
From the 29, Fitzpatrick. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Jackson now. Quick slant to Brown. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Jackson on target to Brown for a Ravens first down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Washington 7, Ravens 0.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Fitzpatrick now after the fumble recovery. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Fitzpatrick on first down. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
An option handoff here to Dobbins. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? Be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the 2nd quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
Justin Tucker.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown. So 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 2nd down now. It's Gibson. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Tackled at the 25.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Des Bryant, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Circle round for the encore. If you know, you know.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Taking it about the 16. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Fitzpatrick. That's going to be caught by Samuel. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
I sat down with my accountant. He said, I got good news and I got bad news. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news?
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Again, it's Fitzpatrick. And he finds McLaurin. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 41 yards. And Washington has taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now you see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. Throwing again. Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Yeah, he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the 1st down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Jackson, he's going to keep it himself. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Well, that's what he can do, you know, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop it.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. They'll run the option left. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now a carry for Dobbins. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
Couple of plays sent him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Another run here with Dobbins. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Here's Sam Cook now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. First possession of the second half now for Washington. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Marcus Peters on the coverage.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he will not get what he needed as he stops short of the first down at around the 22. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
For Baltimore.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And a Washington offense heading out. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. To the right side and complete to Thomas. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up third down.
Washington on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On first down, Fitzpatrick fighting through pressure. Slings this deep for McLaurin. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson, and he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. In that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays they're going to get
under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Another try after the first down sack. Fitzpatrick, and he'll complete this to Gibson. Gibson gets hit, and he fumbles it. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
I know when you're looking at the scoreboard clock, we're getting near the end of this game. But they were in what was really called 4-minute offense. And that's practice, being taking care of the football, taking time off the clock, not giving them a chance to come back. But bottom line is, what did I say in the beginning? Taking care of the football. That didn't happen.
Didn't do it, a costly turnover. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
But they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Operating from the gun, Fitzpatrick. Short throw to the tight end, Thomas. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
To a knee goes Fitzpatrick, and that should just about do it.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair, low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to 0. So it's Washington getting the victory here. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Washington football team as we say so long from FedEx Field.